Everything seems to be working. Hello, hello, and welcome. Alrighty, so for today, I am working on making more cosplay animal ears for this weekend's show. So, yeah, doing a bit of con crunching, I know. Thought I was beyond that, but nope. Hold on, I see something funny. Let me just turn on that light right there. I'm gonna turn on the extra light. I always forget it until I start the stream. There we go. Look at that. That looks so much brighter. Alright, so I have a bunch of ears here, about 17 ears next to me. I probably won't get to them all in this stream, especially that I have some horns here that I want to paint. But yeah, remember these little guys from the last painting session? Still need to finish them. And then I have two more sets here, and I'm like, these horns are so close to being done. Why don't I just finish them? So I'll do that before I really get to the ears today, but I will be getting to the ears because the horns won't take that long for me to do. Just clear this off, and then I'll bring the horns forward here. My water over here. And for the lines, that's all that really needs to be done. I'm using a bit of this copper metallic paint. Hey, it's Win. Hi, Win. How you doing? How you doing, Win? Just gonna be finishing these up. And then that would be awesome. I could add these two flower crowns and add them to my stalk. Hey, and it's Evo Leia. Hi, Evo Leia. How you doing? Good. I'm glad you're doing good, Win. I'm doing pretty good. My gosh. I can already feel it. I'm already getting like those pre-con jitters. There we go. All right, so now on to this one. And everything's like coated in faux fur because I've been trimming so many ears. Like yesterday, I trimmed how many ears? Like 15 pairs of ears. My dad was nice. He helped me cut out a bunch of fur yesterday too. About like 6 pairs worth of fur he cut out. He also bent some wire so that I could have even more ears. Super nice of him. I feel so grateful for my dad's help. Good. Glad you're doing good too, Evo Leia. Glad you're doing good. How was everyone's weekend? Did everyone have a good, fun weekend? Did anyone do anything fun? I had a busy weekend. Mostly just working on ears. It's pretty much what it's been over here, Ear Factory. I know. Shout out to my dad. He is a big help, not just at my booth, but even at home. All right. I'll put these aside to dry. Ooh. And how is Spider Noir so far? What do you think of it so far, Win? Feeling tired, Evalea? Yeah, you know what? Me too. Me too, Evalea. I hope you're able to get some good sleep. Good. Hey, that's good. Glad it's good. Yep. I don't know why it's taken me so long to finish these horns here. They have been sitting at my desk for a very long time, just chilling, waiting to be completed. I think I just got so hyper fixated on finishing the ears that I just kept putting them off, and I'm like, they're so close to being done. I might as well just finish them and glue them on some flower crowns. Get them ready for this weekend. Hey, good job, Win, on earning the stream streak. That's awesome. Yeah, so gonna just Aw, thank you, Evalea. Oh wait, Evalea, you also got a stream streak. That's awesome. Thank you, both of you, both for being so loyal and always making it to my streams. I appreciate you both so much. I really do. Thank you. I'm also glad that you enjoy seeing whatever random projects that I'm working on. Yeah, after I make all these ears and stuff for the show, I'll be really focusing on commissions. I have two in the works right now, and um there will be a third that I'll have to start soon after. So I have three right now on my like schedule, you could say. So yeah, very exciting. Very, very exciting. Oh, and Blood, you also reached a stream streak. That's awesome. And by the way, hello, Blood. Hello, hello. Oh, I like the fox hearts are cute. Very, very sweet. I love it. Aw. Thank you, Win. Thank you, Evalea. Good vibes all around. I love it. And yeah, I'm grateful for all of you. Thank you. I find doing these lines kind of hypnotizing, especially with the metallic paint. You know, just very relaxing. I could do more layers of the metallic, and the more layers I do, the shinier it would get, but I do kind of still want that more earthy type feeling, so I'm just gonna stick with one layer here. Depending on the character, I could definitely do more layers, but just one for right now. The horns are still fairly new in my art collection, so we'll see how they go at this show. My last show, Game on Expo, I really regretted not having more horns available because of how many people were asking for them, and I didn't think that they were, I don't know, I didn't expect so many people to be like, hey, I saw that you had them at like on social media and stuff, you know, and they had already sold at other shows. Oh, thank you, Win. Thank you for posting my website in the Discord too. Thank you. There we go. Yeah, I know the metallic I feel like just makes these horns really come to life. Before, even with the ombre, they look a little flat, not so magical, but the metallic really makes it look like it comes to life. And we'll see how much I can get done today. I would really like to get these 3 sets of horns done, which that'll be no big deal. I'll be able to get these done, no problem. And for the ears, just see how many I can get done. As many as possible. I don't think I'll be able to get all 17 done that I have here, but I think I'll be able to get at least most of them done, which would be nice. There we go. Yeah, I really like the copper against this dark brown. I'll make sure to keep you all like updated on which colors are the most popular. I'm curious. I'm having a feeling it's gonna be these earth tones, something more neutral. I'm going based off of like what's really popular for my ears. Everyone seems to really like the earth tones, the natural colors, um, browns, blacks, tans. So I'm thinking that it might be the same for the horns here, but we'll see. Also, I've been thinking too lately, like, there's some horn patterns that, yes, I do have available on my Etsy, but I don't have, like, all the horn patterns that I use. And I was thinking about adding, maybe working on making possible patterns again and uploading those maybe sometime in the future. Don't know exactly when. I don't have, like, a timeline, but maybe sometime later this year I might do that. Which will also mean I'll have to make tutorials for all of these new patterns as well. Which, you know, I can do that. I know, same win, same. I can't believe that con is this weekend. I feel like it came up real fast. Like I felt like for a while it was like, oh, it's I still got time, I still got time, and then suddenly it's like, hey, it's next weekend. I'm like, yeah. I don't know if you got the same email when, but Fan Fusion announced that even their Friday passes are running low. I know, doesn't that sound crazy? So if you are going to Fan Fusion and you haven't gotten your tickets yet, I would recommend that you definitely get your tickets because they are running low. I think all that's available now, if my information that I got is correct, I think all that's available now is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think every like the VIP passes are all sold out. All weekend passes sold out. Oh, and thank you, Win. Thank you for posting my Etsy. Yeah, my little Etsy where I have my cosplay patterns available. Do want to add more eventually. Um, at first, when I first opened up that Etsy, I thought I could sell like, my art, like my stickers and my like poster prints, but sadly it became unsuccessful for me. Just, I don't know. I would get a couple hundred to a couple thousand views, like all across my platforms of my art, but then the post itself would only get like 2 views on Etsy. And I was like, okay, so people are seeing it on Instagram and TikTok. They're just, no one's clicking on the link and no one's buying. And soon it became that it was costing me more to have like my poster prints and stickers available for sale, so I took them all down. The only thing that seems to be successful is the cosplay patterns, and it gets views. So, uh, that goes for the ears too. At one time, I tried to sell the ears. That's what made me discouraged. At one point, I was really discouraged on the success rate of these ears because I tried posting them on Etsy, and like they were up for like 6 months, and it got like 1 view. The post got 1 view in 6 months, and I was like, while on TikTok and Instagram, each video was getting anywhere from like 400 to 1,000 views. So I'm like, okay, no one's clicking on the link. People are seeing it, they're just not looking. So took it all down. But now I'm starting to get messages of people like wishing to, not messages, but comments, people wishing to purchase like my charms and my art again. So I'm like, do I reopen, like not reopen my Etsy, but do I start posting that stuff again on my Etsy? I'm tempted, but I don't know. I feel like it's also risky because I don't know. And you might be like, "Oh, just post it." But what you guys don't realize is that uh to make a post on Etsy, it costs me. So, I mean, it's small, And it's fine if the items make money, but if they don't make any money, then I'm just spending money just to spend money. And I don't want to do that. So I'm a little nervous to be posting my charms online and my stickers again, because it's like, what if people say, "Oh, I would buy if you had an online store," but if they don't buy, because that's what happened in the past to me. So, but I don't know. I have a bigger following now, so maybe it might be different. I don't know. Not sure. At least the patterns do pretty well. I wish I had more. And that one actually, like, people were like, "Oh, I would purchase the pattern," and I'm like, "Okay, here, I'll post it," and then people actually go and buy it. So it's different than my other items. I don't know. Not sure. I mean, I'm always open if anyone ever wants to buy something and they see it on my story or something and they can't make it to a show where I sell it in person. I do ship, so that's not a problem. I know when, I know. Going back to fan fusion talk, yeah, this con is going to be absolutely packed. It is going to be insane. I swear with each year I think it gets busier and busier. It's gonna be busy. It's gonna be a good one though. It's gonna be good. It'll be a good show. There we go. Alrighty. Got these horns done. Whoop. Hopefully it'll be good for business. I just hope that that all those people come with big wallets. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, I hope it's a good and successful show for all the artists that will be there. I really do. I hope it's a good show and everyone has fun and everyone has a good time. And you get these teeny tiny horns. So small. Yeah, to give sizes on these horns, these ones here that I have in my hands are my smalls. The ones that I just was painting um, are the mediums. I know, right? The horns. When I'm making these, I almost visualize like forest elves with with leaf crowns. What I'll probably make these into some nice leaf crowns. I'm actually kind of happy that I'm finally getting to these horns. They need to. I don't know. I'll be able to finish these, and that'll be my goal today too, even off stream, is to make these guys into flower crowns. I'm probably gonna make the lighter ones, these ones, into clip-on horns. These will probably be clip-ons, and these two that I'm working on right now will be for flower crowns. I think that'll be nice. Oh my gosh, I'm really having a lot of fun with my new flowers that I got, the new silk flowers. Like, I got a bunch that are more springtime and summertime, and they just look so much fun. For a while, I just had like fall, lots of fall, which isn't bad. I like the fall, but then I'm like, okay, I just have like a lot of fall leaves here. I think I need to get some summertime flowers and some green leaves. Actually, these horns here, no, I think I'll do green leaves with these ones, but the other ones might be really pretty with fall leaves. There we go. And yeah, almost done with this side here. And I have so many more horns to paint. I know that they won't make it to band fusion this year, but I got a stock of horns that still need to be painted. Which is good. So those will be for future shows. Look how fun that is. I think it's so much fun. You know, it takes a lot of time to, as you can see, to hand make all these little guys. You know, people ask, why does it cost so much? And it's like, well, it's handcrafted, you know, a lot of hours go into these. I think I timed myself. I think I was making batches of 6 at a time. And I think it was, what, 2 hours to glue all 6 together. And then I know that it was like an hour to sand all 6, an hour to prime. So there we go. So 2, and then that's another 2, so 4 hours just to make 6, and then to paint them I think is another 2 hours. So yeah, so 4, 5, 6, so yeah, 6 hours to make 6 horns. And that's just painting. It's probably, if I'm to stick them on clips or flower crowns, it's probably another 6 hours. So 6, 7, 8. So 8 hours to make 6 horns fully from start to finish. Yeah, I'm hoping to get back to some foam smithing sometime soon. Since it's summertime now, I won't be able to, like, I'll have to wake up in the morning to do any kind of early morning to do any kind of foam smithing. There we go. Look how cute. All right, do I have one more side? One more side here. Yep, this will be the last one, last side, and then I'll clean my brush and get painting onto some ears, which is what I started the whole thing with, the whole art session with saying that I was gonna do, but then I was like, you know what? I really should finish these horns. They've been sitting too long on my desk and they're so close to being done that I need to complete these. There we go. Brush all nice and clean. Yeah, these thin brushes are like really nice for this little teeny tiny detailed work. But yeah, look how cute these little guys are. They're so cute. Just little tiny horns. All right, I'll set these aside to dry now. Even though metallic paint actually dries fairly quickly, it still takes some time. Actually, I bet these ones are fully dry now. It's also why I'm washing my brush as often as I do. Alrighty. So now bringing my palette forward, I'm going to mix a little bit of rose pink. Hold on, we gotta There we go. A little bit of rose pink. A little bit of burnt sienna. There we go. A little bit of primary yellow. And a little bit of titanium white. And as you know, I very rarely do I just paint straight from the tube. And grab my brush, and then I'm gonna grab a little bit of pink, a bit of white, a bit of burnt sienna, and some yellow. And you probably noticed these are all like the same colors that I use anytime I'm making any kind of like flesh tones. And that's pretty much what I'm kind of going for, except it's a very pinky flesh tone. And this is looking a little too intense. I'm gonna add a bit more white. Maybe even a little bit more white. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Maybe a little bit more pink. And I add little amounts at a time because I don't want it to all of a sudden mix so much paint of a color I don't like. So little amounts at a time. And then I'm going to water it down greatly, like lots of water. I kind of want more of like a watercolor consistency. Because for this part, traditionally, most of your makers airbrush it, but I'm going to do it a little differently, just in case if someone wants to make ears and they don't have an airbrush. Well, here's a solution, because not everyone has an airbrush, but I do. But also, too, I live in a hot climate. I kind of want to work indoors, and with my airbrush and the air paint, the like paint going everywhere, I can't always necessarily work outside because I also don't have like an actual paint box that's in like, also most people who do a lot of airbrush work and work inside a studio have an air like a box that's well ventilated for the paint to fumes to go through, and I don't have one of those. So I resort to airbrushing outside only. But it's not always nice outside. It's sometimes really hot. Also, too, if it's too hot, the airbrush paint dries extremely fast, which might sound, oh, awesome. That means that when you lay down the paint, that it dries. Well, yeah, but then that also means that it gets stuck in the nozzle. So the nozzle's constantly getting clogged, and it's just annoying. Not that fun. Sorry, I got distracted by the phone for 2 seconds, but it's okay. A notification popped up, and I'm like, is this a notification I need to pay attention to? No, it's all good. Alrighty, so I have some tan cat ears here. I'm gonna start with these. Grab my brush. I'm actually gonna wet it a little bit and dip it into my paint. And then I'm going to just in the corners wash my brush. Wipe it off. And while the paint is still wet, take my thumb and blend it into the fur, starting from the middle and working my way out. And there we go. See, and then I'm gonna take a flat brush here and then dip it into the paint. And I'm gonna go along the edge of the ear. Oh, I have both tea and coffee in front of me, but what I just took a sip of was just a sip of tea. Some green tea. All right. I'm gonna move this aside, this forward. Yeah. Gonna grab some water and just do the same thing over and over again. Yep, becomes an assembly line. There we go. There we are. Now, one down and many to go. Look at that. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, those ones are done, so I'm gonna move them aside. And here's a common request that I'm always getting is white bunny ears. So I just made only one pair just to test it out. It's a little, I sometimes feel a little bit reserved using so much white fur for, because I'm basically like using two pieces because every pair of ears that I use uses white for the insides of the ears. So kind of have to ration it a little bit. I can't go like crazy making all these white ears because then I won't be able to make as many ears and I only have so much white fur. But with these ones, I was like, you know what? It's very commonly requested. A lot of people are like, oh, do you have white bunny ears? So I'm like, you know what? I'll make one pair. So if you like these pairs and you see them, there's only one. Make sure you come and collect it. Yeah, I actually have a lot more bunny ears in this batch just because they've been becoming more and more popular. Um, People really liking the bunny ears. I'll just keep doing what's popular. There we go. Yay! One of the bunny ears are done. Now on to the other pair. I gotta be careful not to mix up the two sides because they kind of look very, very similar. And me, where I normally mix up my lefts and my rights, yeah, that could be a mistake I could make on accident. Don't want to make that mistake here. Wait, I almost did. So the pink would be on this side. Okay, I got it. I always am double checking myself, making sure I didn't flip flop my sides again. There we go. I like these bunny ears. I think that they're really cute. Little white bunny ears. Hopefully these ears too, not only can I finish painting them today, but I'm hoping that later today I can get a lot of them on headbands. Also, what I like about these ears is that each one is completely unique, since they are handmade. Um, I can get some similar, but they'll never be exactly the same. So when you get a pair of ears, getting a very unique pair of ears. And that's the same for my horns too. They're all unique. There we go. There's the first pair and only pair of white bunny ears. Well, I can't say only forever. I probably will make more, but as if for this batch, they will be the only white bunny ears. But yeah. Some little silver earrings I think would be really cute on these ones. I like adding the piercings. I think that's my favorite part. When I go to add piercings. Here's some teeny little mouse ears. Aw, thank you, Win. Thank you. Sure trying. Trying my best to make them look the best that they can. And these are they're just little guys. Little ears. Teeny tiny ears. The kiddos really like the little ears. Well, they really like the big ears at first. And then, because I think of how, like, silly and ridiculous they look. But then they try in the little ears and they're like, nope, I'm doing these ones. I hope for the people that do buy my ears that they continue to wear them and enjoy them and to bring joy not just for themselves but to others. I hope so. And it always makes me happy when I see returning people with uh my ears, or if I see people with my ears at other events and that kind of stuff. Like one time I ran into someone who at the Ren Fair who was wearing my ears. And that was really cool to talk to them. Seen that at future show at like past shows, people come back and they're wearing them. Makes me happy. It does. I like bringing joy to others. Yes, I think so. I like that win. That's a good one. go. I like that. Always strive to make a positive impact. Yes, very true. I do like that. Alrighty, and then here's some new ears, some brand new. It's been a common request that people have been asking me for calico cat ears. So I have finally made some calico cat ears, like here. So they're a bit more work. That's why I've made them a, a larger size. They are mediums. Um, and that's so. But I mean, I'm really happy with the result. I like how they look. And this isn't painted. This is like I cut out all these pieces of fur and glued them together. So, but they look really cute and they stay soft. So, yep. I'm really happy with how the calico cat ears have turned out. And also, too, fun fact is most of them are made with scrap pieces of fur. Most. A couple of them I wanted to make some more, and the scrap pieces I have just aren't big enough. So, I had to resort to cutting from the fur sheets themselves. But I like to use this as an opportunity to use up scrap fur. Yeah, they're like little calico cat ears. Or torty ears. They're just cute and adorable. Awesome. The paint here on my palette's starting to dry just a tad. Just a little bit. And then gonna go back in with my flat brush. I'm painting the edge. I might have to mix up some new paint soon. It's already kind of drying. Maybe I can get a couple more ears out of this batch of paint mix here. And there we go. Easy peasy. And look how cute. Got some more little calico cat ears. Yeah, I really like how these ones are looking. They're so cute. They hope other people like them too, which they should. I'd be shocked, put it that way, if the trend of calico cats suddenly went poof, gone. But, you know, oh well. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. That's the thing, too. That's the odd thing with trends that you never really know is, like, is it going to still be popular by the time you make it? You know? Might make one thing one season, and then the next season, the trend's already over. Alrighty. Now, making some more of these ones. I only have like a couple of like darker colored, like I have lots of like brown, but I noticed in my inventory I didn't have a lot of tan or black. So just had to make just simple black ears. People also very, very popular. And just yeah, so I'm like, yep, this is pretty much what I've been doing. If anyone asks what I've been doing all weekend, pretty much this. You know, except it was more cutting out the fur and gluing the halves together last night. I was trimming the fur like crazy. There's still 2 ears though here that need to be trimmed. I'll trim those later. But, oh. So whenever I say, oh, it's the ear factory, you know what it looks like. That's it's here. Oh my gosh, I have, let's see here, how many years do I have left to like paint? Um, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 left to paint, but then there's, no, 8, 9, 10. I forgot. There's 2 over there that are, 2 over there behind me that I'm recording for social media. uh, so yeah, 10 more to paint. And then I have 2 more here that need to be trimmed. So, a lot. And then these all need to be put on headbands. Some of them I'm making plans that I want them to be on flower crowns because I don't have the biggest stock of flower crown ears. I wish they were a tad bigger, but it's okay. I have like a lot of like little flower crown ears, like the extra small flower crown ears, but I don't have a whole lot of like larges or anything. So I think I need to make some of those for sure. So some of these ears that I'm painting might be put on flower crowns. Some of them will be on headbands. But my big goal for today is to definitely get all of them painted, even the 2 ears that still need to be trimmed. Those trimmed and painted, and I'll be happy. And including the 2 that I'm doing a little recording for social media. I swear, like, being an artist has created me to really be a content creator where everything becomes content. So whatever I'm doing, and when I'm doing stuff like this, just going assembly line, sometimes I can forget to record things. So I will on purpose decide on a couple of sets of ears that will be, all right, this will be my social media ones where I will follow them. Live streaming's different because I just set up the camera and I just talk and continue doing what I'm doing. But when I'm making like reels or like TikToks, I have to like set up the camera newly each time and have to think of what angle I want it to be and how I want it to look. It's a little more, I don't know, showy. This is at least the live stream, it gives me an opportunity to be a little more raw, just a little more natural. Oh my gosh. What? Happy anniversary, Win. 1 year of being a mod. That is awesome. My gosh, that's crazy. That is crazy. Just to think that I've been live streaming for that long. I still feel like a newbie. I still feel like a little baby. Well, and thank you, Win, for always being in my streams and being a loyal moderator. Sorry, I almost like second guessed myself on words. I got confused for 2 seconds. Thank you. And thank you for always keeping the streams safe. There we go. Of course. Of course, of course. It's all good. All right. So, I think I need to mix more pink paint. Um, I like to. That doesn't look completely even. I looked at these ears and like this looks. One ear looks like it has a little bit more pigment than the other ear. I do try to keep them as symmetrical as possible. Alrighty. So, putting these aside to dry. And I'm going to move this one forward. I do need more white. And we can just pick that off. Need more white. And need more pink. White, pink, a little bit of yellow, and a little bit of burnt sienna. Mixing the two together, or the four together. And I think I could use a little bit more pink. A little bit more white. There we go. I think that's a good color. I like that. Now I'm really watering down. Almost doesn't look pink enough to me. There we go. A little bit more pinky. Really? Only available to certain channels? Huh. I mean, I guess it's up for the person who's streaming who they want to make a mod. I know I definitely wanted to have some of my close friends be mods because when I'm like working, as you all know, sometimes it'll be a minute until I look at the chat or something. And there's been situations where I completely miss something that happened because I'm focusing so hard on my like on my art that I forget to look over, as you all know that you're here. But there's been a couple of situations that I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that I have someone here to help me out. There might be some channels that, the person going live might feel confident enough that they can, just completely, watch everything that's going on. Not that I don't see everything that's going on, but I might not just catch it in the second that it's happening. Oh, just share how long you've been modding. Oh, I got you. I got you. Oh, I didn't know that. I guess that's new. Huh. That's funny. Hey, there's always little ways to celebrate, right? No, I think it's kind of cool. I always kind of like those like little reminder things like you 1 year ago and that kind of stuff. That's too funny. No, I like it. Personally, I like it too when like social media platforms will that where you like save photos and stuff will be like, look, you 1 year ago or you 8 years ago, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. That was 8 years ago. And I'm sorry, Evolea, for misunderstanding the text earlier. Such a silly misunderstanding. Again, like I just did it, where I misread something. That seems to always happen, huh? It's a reoccurring thing here. For my fairy scatterbrainness. Oh my gosh, that's crazy, Win. That's so cool. 10 years. 10 years of going to con. No, that's awesome. Isn't it crazy how fast time flies? Insane. Insane, insane. Yeah, I understand that feeling. I get that. Feels like a long time ago, but yesterday at the same time. Yep. You're like, oh my gosh, where is all the time gone? And then you think of all the things that have happened in between then, and you're like, yeah, actually, a lot has happened since then. Yeah, I think back of when I first started cosplaying and now where I am, and I never thought I'd be where I am now. Here making like little cosplay accessories for other people. I just did it because I was so obsessed with the idea of making the unreal real. Me and my little Astrid from How to Train Your Dragon cosplay. I never thought that now one night I would be actually a part of these cons and being a vendor selling my art. I didn't even think of like that would even be possible, not even as an option. I just went for fun and to connect with people. Alrighty. There we go. Ta-da! Ta-da! More ears. Alrighty. Let's do some deer ears next. How about that? Put these little calicos aside. Kind of running out of table space over here. Some deer ears, or also people think interpret them as floppy bunny ears, which again, these are one of those ears where I think it depends on what your character is, and I think it honestly fits for both. It fits for like oversized fawn deer ears or bunnies. And these ones here, top contenders for the most popular, along with my snow fox ears and my fox ears. Yeah, look at that. Cute. Yeah, these were also some of the fur that was cut yesterday. So very fresh and new. When I'm saying brand new ears, they are truly brand new ears. It is good. There we go. There we go. Got some more floppy bunny ears. They're so cute. Adorable. And really soft too, especially the white. This white fur is really, really soft. And speaking of bunny ears, I got some different shaped bunny ears here. Got some more floppy ones. Sorry, I have to rearrange my table here because I'm like, I'm running out of space. Gotta rearrange. There we go. Now I have space for these guys. That's how it goes. They all gotta fit. All gotta be nice to one another. Come on, guys, get all along now. Actually, these horns here are better dry now. I'm gonna just scooch over here. Have some room. The cosplay accessories have taken over everything. Adorable. But unfortunately, the door was ajar. Oh my gosh. Evil Lay with your jokes is so funny. At first, it took me a minute. I'll admit that one took me. I was like, why would the door be ajar? Why would it be jar shaped? Thinking of like a jelly jar. And then I was like, oh, it was left ajar. Oh, ha. I get that. I get it. The door was left ajar and the cat got in. And the little cat was rambunctious and got into everything. There we go. One bunny ear down. Another one here. So is anyone working on any art projects at the moment? Anyone crafting alongside me? Yep. Evil Leia, you're right. That is cat logic. If I fits, I sits. And that is ever so true. That's really how cats think. If I fits, I sits. Very nice. That's cool, Win. Yeah, you got that new art book. Have you been sketching in it? What kind of things have you been drawing? Ooh, that's cool. You're doing a portrait of your mom? That's very awesome. Portraits are hard, but you're really good at them, Win, so I'm sure you'll be just fine. Aw, I'm sorry, Win. I'm sorry to hear that you've been struggling with mental stuff. You know, I I think art and creating can also be like therapy, you know? And maybe I would suggest maybe working on some. I know you're trying to get through that thing, that stuff first so you can work, but I don't know, maybe work on like easier projects or just like whatever you feel, you know? Like nothing like that's really strenuous or things that you need to like, oh, step by step, but just like something just more relaxing, easy. Um, yeah, exactly. Hex, it could even be abstract. It could just be blending colors of paint together. And it's nothing in particular. You're just like, oh, I'm just, painting what you feel. It's like therapy. And I think it feels good, like as a release. Or it could just be shapes and objects. Nothing, like, just whatever feels right to you. I believe creating an art can be very healing, especially for the mental. I know it works for me. Yeah. And also too, like whenever you have like feeling mentally down or negative, make a gratitude list. I always suggest and this is for anyone, anytime you're feeling down, make a list of 10 things that you are grateful for. And it really switches your mindset. You start not feeling so bad. And it can be big things, it can be simple things, it can be things, grateful experiences that you've had in the past, it can be things that you're grateful for in that exact moment. Just 10 things that you are grateful for and list them down. And I would suggest keeping that list in like a journal or in a notebook in your phone, so whenever you feel like sad again, you can like reread those things. You can either reread the list or you can write the list over again. Yeah. Yeah. See, we all have like there's sure life can be hard, but there's always good and bad in everything, and there's always something to be grateful for. And that's good that you already recognize you have a lot to be grateful for. So good. I will start a gratitude journal, Win. And for anyone else who might be going through some mentally hard things, start writing a gratitude journal. And, you know, maybe even every day. Start off your day with what are you grateful for? It will get your mindset changing. True, Evolea, true. But sometimes just staying in negativity, even if it's feels hard or even impossible to get out of, doing little things to try to switch that can be a big help. So, like that. Like, if you're like, I'm feeling down, get out a notebook. Start writing down all the things you're grateful for. And you'll see, even though it might not solve all your problems, and it might not get you to be like, oh, I'm instantly happy now. Okay, problem solved. No, but you'll see, you'll start to feel a little bit better. Just try it. Try it once. And yeah, emotions are complicated. I definitely agree with you. Emotions are very weird and complicated. But you'll also find that emotions sometimes, can, it's like water, they ebb and flow. Aww. I'm sorry to hear that, Evil Leia. Can't get out to make things. Aw. Well, you know what? I'm glad that you're here. Hey, you know what? Though, at least you have internet and you can hang out in the live stream, you know? And I'm happy to have you here, Evil Leia. We're all your friend here in the chat. Yeah, that is true. But you know what? There's always a calm after the storm. Yeah, and sometimes it hits you like a tsunami, but sometimes it comes down and rains like a little sprinkle. Sometimes there's sunshine. It's always changing. And I'm sorry we don't live closer, Evil Leia. Otherwise, I would suggest going and catching Pokemon outside. And be like, come on, we're gonna go outside. Gonna go catch some Pokemon. Yeah, exactly. Meeting up at the Ren Fair, having fun at cons, all that good stuff. I know, I agree with you, Win. I agree. I know it's crazy. The world feels small and big at the same time. All right. I'm making good progress on these. Probably be able to do a couple more sets before the time is over, which feels really nice. Oh my gosh. Feels good to have so many sets of ears painted. Look at that. The whole table is full. All full of ears that need new homes. Yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of new stuff, not just the horns and the ears, but also I have like a lot of new charms too, which that'll be exciting. All new charms. All ears now. All the ears are all ears. Exactly. That'd be a funny caption on a post. We're all ears. I'm all ears. But I'm not just all ears. I have lots of other creations. I have poster prints, I got stickers, I got horns. We also have brand new little beanie pouches, which is really awesome. They're like, or beanie pillows is actually the proper name for them. Um, they're little pillows filled with beans, and they're used for hot pads and cooling pads. I think they are absolutely fantastic. There we go. Some more bunny ears. Hey, it's Nacho. Hi, Nacho. How you doing? You have arrived just in time too. Aw, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, just got some brown bunny ears done. Look how cute those are. I'm excited for your Luna cosplay as well, Nacho. Your Luna is awesome. She's gonna be awesome. All right, so I'm gonna put these aside. And I have some big floppy bunny ears here, or fawn ears, whichever you want them to be. So Nacho, how you doing? How's work going? There we go. Just painting. I'm gonna, you know what? If I can get these ones done and then one more set done, I think I'll be happy for today's stream. Good, good, good. I'm glad work is going good for you, Nacho. Glad work is going good. I really like how these floppy ones turned out. I'm actually happy to make more too, because for like a quick second, I only had like 2 in my inventory, and I was like, I must make more. Because they're popular, people like them. So I was like, I can't forget about that. So I'm happy last minute I'm able to make a couple more. You have an announcement. What's your announcement, Nacho? Tell, tell everyone. Yay! Yay, that's awesome. Yes, everyone, if you have not seen Nacho Cheese Media's um life behind the booth, you should go check it out and go look at his YouTube. And he's kind of been he's following me around for 1 year doing shows and seeing how much work it does take to be an artist doing all these conventions and um all the prep work that goes into it and everything and the setup and all that. So yeah, definitely go check it out. That's exciting that the new episode is about to drop. So yeah. So excited. My chat on this side got weird. I was like, why was it scrolled up? What is going on? I didn't even touch the mouse. All right, Win. What's your idea? What you got for me? I'm gonna put these aside. Grab these 2 little guys. And then gonna try to finish these ears, and I actually have. Oh, I have two more ears. I was like, you know what? I have one more ear. I can see if I can paint that in the time, but then I'm like, nah, I have two more. Aw, you know, when I already have that idea in mind, I would already do that. I'd be so excited to meet them at another con again. Um, I don't know of any yet where I'll be at the same con they will be at, but hopefully in the near future it'll happen. Cause like absolutely, I'll advertise and absolutely I would support both Greg and Emily because they are amazing people and absolutely amazing to work with, and I will promote them not just with my art, but like tell people go see them, go get a poster signed. Absolutely. I think so too, Nacho. Hopefully it'll happen. Especially with the more shows that I do and the fact that I do eventually want to get back to traveling for shows. I want to travel to more shows really bad. I really enjoy that. I like going to different places, seeing different groups of people, and I like the adventure of it. I think it's a lot of fun. So, yeah. Alrighty, I think this will be the last pair of ears that I do for today, or at least in this painting session. Because by looking at the time, I know the time always goes so fast. Hello! Yes. Do you guys all want to see the kitten? Little Ivy? Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Here's little Ivy. Say hello, Ivy. Hello. Isn't she so cute? Hi, baby. She wants to explore right now. She's like, let me go. It's Ivy, not Tortellini. It's a little Ivysaur. Hi. You climb. What? You want to go exploring? There's paint everywhere and art supplies everywhere. All right, you can explore. Or I'll take these out of the way. What do you want? Here, want to see? Hi. Now Ivy is the star. She's very curious about the ears. Hey, don't eat them. She's like, what is this? I must explore. I want to explore everything and look at everything and sniff it all. But she seems very interested in the paint, which I'm like, no, 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 don't do that. Don't do that. Yes! It's your little kitty. Yes, I agree with you, Nacho. It is the perfect way to end the stream with an adorable kitten who everyone loves. Here, what if I can make this one bigger? There we go. I can make that bigger. See? Look how cute she is. She's getting bigger. She's bigger than the last time that she was on the stream. Remember, and I put her in the little pouch? She is 2.9 pounds now. Or, gosh, not pound. Yeah. She's getting bigger. More clips. More clips. Nah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining the stream. She's very interested. No. Don't get in there. No. She's like, I'm interested in the paint. It's like, don't get into the paint. That's a no-no. That is no-no for kitties. And that is no-no for kitties too. That is tea. She is chaotic. Not that chaotic right now. She has had the zoomies last night and was like all over the place. I can't stop kissing and cuddling her. She's so cute. Aw, you're welcome, Win. I'll pass along the compliments. Don't you worry. Aw, thank you guys. Thank you everyone. Thank you for the stream today, and thank you for joining me and making a bunch of ears. How many ears did we make? We made one, oh gosh, a ton. The whole table is full. I'm not even gonna count. A lot of them. A lot. I wanted to get as much done as I possible, and thankfully I was able to get most done. So that was the good. I was expecting maybe only half done. That was try not to let her just wander on the table like no, she wants to explore. But I'm like, there's lots of things on here that if you press little kitty, I'd not be happy. Oh my gosh, I know her little mews. Aren't they the cutest? They're the cutest little mews. Aww. Well, thank you everyone. Thank you for today's stream, for joining today's stream, and I'll be back tomorrow, same time, where I'll be working on maybe the commission painting for the family friend that was for the cat, because a lot of the ears at this point I'm gonna try to finish up. So maybe ears, but most likely it'll be the commission painting. Hi, you want to get down? Why don't you say goodbye to everyone? Alrighty, goodbye. Now you can be let down. Yeah. Oh, don't jump there. Don't jump there. Here, I'll let you down. When she mews like that, that's because she wants to explore. She's like, let me go, I want to explore. Alrighty, everyone. Thank you so much, and I will see you all tomorrow at the same time, where I'll be working on more creations. Alrighty, as for now, bye!